Hey, so I've been talking about all these images for this historical book project, but I haven't actually told you what the project is or highlighted it. And I finally have a draft copy of one of the books, and I'm so excited to do a little preview of it. So these are going to be Histories, Mysteries readers. We put out a book of a large book with a collection of mysteries from history, of kind of different areas. Some of them are more historical, and some of them are a little more speculative and a little more maybe fun is the right word about. So this is one of the fun ones. Bigfoot, does he exist? But there's a lot of historical data to look at, actually, and I think these are just a great way to get students using their critical thinking skills, their research skills, of course, reading and writing, and get it's a great way to teach also history, sociology, culture, and that kind of stuff. And I really had a fun time designing these books. This is an advanced copy, so there might be some things that will change in the look. But we have a little teaser, we have an introduction that kind of just sets the stage, and some introductory questions. And this is just a great way to help students understand what this is about. If you have students that don't know who Bigfoot is, this is here, he's kind of defined as this, some kind of hairy 6 to 9 foot tall creature with big feet. And what's the overview? Some people think that it's just a sighting of an animal, or maybe it's some lost species. And it's a great way to also just get an idea of what your students have in the way of vocabulary or don't have in the way of vocabulary as they start to answer some of these questions about Bigfoot. And we also try to connect it back to their culture with these introductory questions. So maybe they have a similar legend, and it's a really fun thing to do. And it's something that I really learned that I was not aware of, is how early the sightings of Bigfoot start. I had no idea that there were native legends about mysterious creatures, large, hairy creatures. And I really like also the perspective taking. You saw it talks about the Bering Sea. That's kind of imagining yourself in this perspective of a Native American coming to the Americas for the first time, or later a European explorer, and you're in this new land with new animals and new vegetation and stuff, so that could really affect your perception. And then some, I really like digging up these images, so we found some petroglyphs and cave paintings of creatures that could well be Bigfoot. I wish I could have gotten permission to use more. But we do make sure that students are always encouraged to go do their own research, and they can go online and find this stuff. And a lot of times I think with copyright laws, you can show that stuff in class, although you'd have to check the laws. I was kind of also surprised we move into the European settlers and those settings and sightings. And it was in 1924. There was actually a battle of Mount St. Helens, which was reported that these prospectors reported actually fighting a group of hairy, tall men, and that made it into the newspapers, although there's obviously no evidence. And this famous movie with this famous picture that you've probably seen. If you haven't seen the picture itself, you've seen the pose. Right, that's the Bigfoot. Which was really, I think that's supposed to be the first photographic. It was a visual evidence that Bigfoot exists, which is kind of cool. And we are presenting all of this very objectively, very factually, so this can be used in schools. And so then we're covering the evidence for and against Bigfoot. What do the believers say? What do the skeptics or scientists say about it? How do they argue with each other, or what are the counter arguments? We actually found some FBI files where they analyzed some hairs on behalf of a Bigfoot researcher, and discovered that they were deer hairs, but that just shows how seriously this was taken. And that's, by the way, that layout is awful. I'm going to have to do something about that. And then I was able to find the use of some pictures of just normal people out there who have alleged sightings of Bigfoot. That I think gives students an idea of how real this is to some people. This was just a picture of a footprint. Some guy just saw a big thing that he thought looked like a footprint and threw it up online. This you can't really see if I zoom in on this phone, but there is actually a figure in that circle. Again, someone just found. And then this was cool to find the image of a jawbone of a prehistoric ape. So maybe Bigfoot is a prehistoric species that survived. So we're covering some of the Bigfoot searchers. That's an aspect of the story we wanted to introduce to students they may not be aware of. And some of the media, some of the movies and TV shows about Bigfoot, those need to be italicized. Some of this art, I thought it was really cool, this Bigfoot crossing image. I forget where that is, but it's meant to be a joke, but you never know. I had a lot of fun, by the way, with this Bigfoot graphic, trying to insert it in different places in the book. And some more pop culture images. I think that's the Oregon State Police doing a Bigfoot photograph and a statue. We have a Bigfoot statue. Some of the houses around here have that. Even the Bigfoot Museum. And then we have included a Learn More section. So these are sources, 2, 3, 4 sources that are going to be accessible to students, so not overly technical or complicated, that give an overview, maybe with a little more information, and or an important perspective. So students can be directed to some resources to learn more. And then from those sources, they might go on to find more. And more sources. So the Live Science article is particularly good because it digs more deeply into specific evidence and has some more of those images. And the actual last one is a report on an exhibition, but that includes some of those Native American stories and details. And then we get into the major theories and the evidence and for and against these different theories. And students may want to come up with their own theories as they continue to research, but we thought it was important to cover what people and experts are generally saying about this issue. We want to make absolutely sure that we're connecting this mystery to the present day, or giving some idea of why it's significant. In this case, linking it to the kind of current environment where we feel like the government is keeping secrets from us. And also this kind of primordial fear we have, right? This primal fear we have of the unknown, or there might be like creatures out in the woods. Some fun facts, just some interesting stuff that students might get a kick out of. We do have a glossary for some of the more complicated words that students may know. As a teacher, you're going to want to dig in and look at vocabulary yourself, obviously. Some discussion questions. We want to have a chance for students to talk about the issue from different perspectives and sides. And some project ideas. This is, to me, is really the heart of the book, is what are they going to do with this information? And every book is going to have different projects depending on what the mystery or the topic is. But in general, we want students being able to write some kind of nonfiction piece, arguing their side of the story, some kind of fiction project where they can get a little more creative with the topic, an opportunity to dive and read in and research a specific aspect of the topic or related topic, and then maybe they would present that in an essay or do a presentation of some kind. And then some kind of a very speculative side of things. So the butterfly effect, in this case, what would the world look like if Bigfoot was real? And this was sort of an accepted fact. Would that change how we feel about the world? What would that evidence even look like? And then some more complete list of references that students may also want to access, or you may want to access as the teacher. And then those beautiful image acknowledgments. So that is the prototype of this book, and I would love to hear any questions or comments you have about it, ideas for how you might use it in class. And subscribe so you can get more of these previews. And I might do some more targeted videos talking about exactly how you could turn this into a lesson. Thanks so much. Have a great day.